What's going on, guys? Tech Job Tina checking in. It is 2024, y'all. Man, 2023 came and gone. It didn't even chuck the deuces. It just bounced and didn't say nothing. That's the way it feels like. Went by so quick, right? But here we are, man. I am back at it again. I don't know what you guys got planned for this year, but I got so many things I'm trying to accomplish this year. This year is going to be something else. I'm trying to tell you, man. So last week I took course the last week of December off just to kind of reflect. I didn't really do a whole lot. Kind of went out a little bit for my birthday, so that was nice. But for the most part, just really was time for relaxation, enjoying my family, and really kind of just taking everything in that happened over the year and just being thankful. And that's pretty much it, man. That's what I did on that last week. Just really kind of trying to kind of, get energized and ready for 2024 is basically what I did that last week in December. So here we are back at it again. Yesterday was my first day back at work after having been off a week. So definitely had a lot of catching up to do between yesterday and today. But even despite all the catch up, I still was able to have 2 rock star days. Between yesterday and today, I put 20 demos on the board, man. So that's amazing. So I'm really happy about that. It's shaping up to be a really, really great month for me. And then you guys know I've already been very vocal about the fact that I'm going AE. That's going to be happening pretty soon. So we'll be talking a little bit more about that as things progress. But other than that, man, I don't know what you guys got planned. Definitely pop into the comments. I'd like to hear what some of you guys got planned for your 2024. Or if you have any questions about what you should do, drop those in the comments too. I'm always answering you guys' questions. I just want to help where I can. As far as me, man, I just kind of took some time to kind of reflect on the last year. And I was sitting here thinking about where I was at this time last year, January 2023. Of course, I hadn't broken into tech yet. I hadn't even signed up for the tech sales boot camp yet. I don't even think I really knew what Course Careers was yet this time last year. I was doing a whole lot of YouTube research in different tech industries, trying to figure out which way I wanted to go. And I think I mentioned on this channel before that I tried coding several occasions. I did it when I was first in college. I thought I wanted to be a programmer. I definitely romanticized being that person in a dark room, like hacking, systems and everything. I mean, whenever you think about coding, that's what everybody thinks about, right? That's the cool part of it. Oh, I want to be a hacker, whatever. But coding is hard, dude. And that was really the reason why I dropped out when I was first in college. I remember being in one of my coding classes, and I remember it seemed like every 10 minutes somebody would have a nervous breakdown, and they would just be like crying real tears because there was a bug in their code and they couldn't figure out where it was. And day after day, when you start to see people around you losing their mind, you start to question, is this really what I want to do? Because if you're breaking down in the classroom, what is your 9 to 5 going to look like, right? And that's the way I was feeling. So I ended up dropping out of programming, and I got out of tech altogether. I went from being on track to, go the programming route, be a coder, to marketing. I went into marketing management instead. So in retrospect, I think I would have done some things differently. A lot of my coding friends that also dropped out, they moved over to networking instead. So they were still in a technical role, and a lot of them graduated and got really high paying jobs. Whereas me, when I graduated with my marketing degree, yeah, I went on and I got, what would be considered a grown person's job, but I was making nowhere near what they were making when they graduated. So I was a little salty with myself about that, but I got over it, right? So as the years went by, I kind of went back to coding at several different parts of my life, just trying to see could I do it. And even summer, when was that? It was summer of 2022. I signed up for another coding boot camp, and I got really focused on it for 3 months, just kind of doing the starter stuff. You always start with HTML and CSS. Started with that. Okay, boom, no problem. Then I got into JavaScript, and that's when things got real. I was reminded again, Tina, you keep trying to code, and this is really not your lane. It's not your lane. It's I know you want to code, but coding is not for you, right? So I had to leave it alone again. So fast forward to January 2023, after I had left coding alone for the upteenth time, I started looking at other things Cybersecurity, of course, because cyber is really popular now. A lot of people are looking at it. Cyber, of course, is a huge umbrella. There's so many different roles you can do in cyber, right? So I started to kind of deep dive in that and figure out what I want to look at. And I looked at several things, information security analyst to being the system, to security engineers, to all these roles, right? And don't get me wrong, even I'm still very interested in cybersecurity. I actually have decided to skill stack with cybersecurity. So my primary skill will be sales. I'll continue to read sales books, watch the YouTubes, take on more tech boot camps. As I've mentioned, I've already taken an account executive course outside of my course careers tech sales course. So I've got 2 boot camps for sales under my belt right now. It'll probably be more. I'll continue to do that. But I would definitely be doing myself a terrible disservice if I did not pick up a secondary skill. And why do I say that? Look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, as I always have been. Stevie Wonder can see what's going on in these markets right now. Okay. Most of us know 1 or 2 or more people that have been let go from their jobs. We know people that are just taking any job they can get just to make ends meet because the job they went to school for, they can't find it. So there's all types of stuff going on out here in these markets. So I'm not going to be crazy and I'm not going to be left looking stupid. So the best way I can, safeguard myself and safeguard my family is to skill stack. So if for some reason something don't work out in sales, I got other tools I can pull from, right? And so I think that you all should be doing the same. It doesn't mean that you're not going to go hard in that role that you're in, that first tech role. Doesn't mean that you're not going to seek out ways to improve in that skill for that first tech role. It just means that you have a just in case for the just in case. That's all I'm saying, right? So with that said, that's one of the things that I'm doing right now that I was actually looking at January 2023. So I don't think I actually realized what tech sales was about until maybe like February. And I've always been watching a lot of YouTube, and I don't even know how it got in my algorithm. I guess because I was looking at so much tech stuff, I ended up on the sales engineering stuff. And I know a lot of tech sales students, they saw the Anthony O'Neill video. But before I saw the Anthony O'Neill video, I just saw a random video of Cyrus on YouTube where he was talking about how he went from Lyft driver to his first job at Dialpad, right? So I probably watched that live that he had done because he left it on replay so you could go back and see it. I probably watched that one episode maybe 2 or 3 times, just kind of really digesting what he was saying. And because I kept following Cyrus so much, eventually I ended up on his interview with AO, and then that opened a whole nother can of worms of like, what is tech sales? So eventually, of course, I found my way to Course Careers, and then the rest is history. I signed up for Course Careers at the very beginning of March. I took that course. I was in that course for 3 weeks. I finished it. About 2 weeks after that, I landed the interview for what is now the company that I am at. So that whole ordeal was like a 30-day turnaround, right? From the time I took the course to bam, I'm getting hired. So it happened really quick, right? And it's funny because when I went into the course, it was after I'd watched testimonial after testimonial after testimonial of other Course Careers tech sales students talking about their experiences with the course, and many of them were able to jump into tech really quickly. Now, I'm blessed because the market was in a different spot when I got in. And it seems like shortly after I got hired, maybe within a couple of months after that, the market began to shift. So I'm really happy that I got in when I did, because I really do acknowledge it's a little bit tougher now than even when I got in. You got to really put your elbow grease in to get in right now. It doesn't mean it's impossible. You just can't do what everybody else is doing and thinking you're going to get a different result. You're going to have to do something different than most people. Now, the good thing about that is most people are average. So if most people are average, if you just do a little bit above average, you'll be seen. And doing a little bit above average to get that tech sales role is reaching out to hiring managers, being creative. Don't just send some vanilla message. They get a lot of emails. They get a lot of vanilla messages. Don't be another vanilla message. Do something creative, whether you got to do a video, a nice voice note, find their email addresses, send them, call them. Do those things, man. You got to do what you got to do to stand out. And I think that's what it's going to take to land a role. You don't want to be a needle in a haystack sending, one of 500 applications over for this one position. So anyway, I think I might have got off a little bit of a tangent. So getting back to my reflection, man, once I got that offer letter, started my tech sales role May the 15th, 2023. And from there, it was on. Things began to move fast. I had a lot of success in the role way faster than I was expecting. And I really don't even know what I was expecting. I just knew that I saw the I saw the potential in tech sales, especially the high earning potential. I mean, let's be honest, nobody gets into sales just because they love sales. The biggest draw for sales is the uncapped earning potential. I mean, yeah, you might love helping customers, but let them tell you that you're not getting uncapped commissions anymore. You really gonna stay for them customers, or you gonna go somewhere where you can get some more uncapped commissions? Let's call it for what it is, right? Yeah, we love our customers, but we love them commission checks, right? So that's really what really sparked my interest to start looking more serious at tech sales. I wanted a situation where I could write my own paycheck for the most part. It's uncapped, sky's the limit money, right? I mean, you just don't get that in a traditional 9 to 5. There's all these glass ceilings. There's this BS 1%, 2%, these single digit percent raises that you get. Regardless of how much you bust your butt, you're not going to get any more than whatever that magic number is. And I'm tired of that. I don't have time for that. And I'm not looking to do that anymore. So I said the next time I get back out here, it's got to be something substantial. And so that's why I chose tech sales. And it's been something, man, ever since. My 2023 kicked off like in a major way once I broke into tech sales. I've just been top performing every month since, hitting my quotas every month since. And it's just been up and up and up from there. And I hope that my hope is that 2024 will be the same, just on an AE level, where I'm just able to, exceed in all ways imaginable. And don't get me wrong, I know that when I first get into the AE role, it's probably gonna suck for the first 90 days. Why? Because I ain't never been an AE before, right? I got a lot to learn, and I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna have to embrace the suck, right? But that's my expectation. I could be pleasantly surprised, but as long as I go in with that expectation, I'll probably be okay, right? But other than that, that's all I got, man. It's just wanting to kind of pop out and say, hey, I'm back. Happy New Year to the family. And I appreciate you guys watching. So if you are looking for a tech sales role, come to the live on Sunday. It's going to be 11:30 a.m. Eastern on YouTube on my channel. So I hope to see you, man. Like I said, I don't have nothing planned out. We just gonna get on there and we're gonna look for jobs together. This gonna be the first live. So if things get a little janky, I apologize in advance. Okay. I apologize for my jankies because I'm sure something's gonna be janky because I ain't never done a live before. So y'all work with me in my jankiness. All right. I see y'all on Sunday. Tech Job Tina signing out. Peace.